Showing.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
there we go.
prepared.
There we go. The tubes are
Oh, there we go.
firing up, and one YouTube content creator that I like to quote sometimes, or I like better when he says it, but we are going live on the tubes and waiting for the tubes to connect all across the fruited
Yes.
plains of the interwebs.
Oh man. So we're here live, man. I because I don't ever know what's happening and when I'm going to be back down. I didn't let um, Hey Joe know. And right now I'm showing this box of this pen that I got. Um, and so I'm sort of covering up some kind of pin we got from the Trump uh, this convention. I call it the Trump convention, Republican convention. And I guess you pin it on yourself, and it's like a really nice like it's okay. It's kind of like square at the top, like a cross, a thick cross, and then like a like two sides going out from left to right, kind of like smart, like and then it has some kind of insignia in the middle, and then it has oh yeah, that might be upside down. Okay, so now it's right side up. And so you got this pin you can pin on yourself, which I think I'm gonna wear tonight because it's kind of cool. I mean, why not? I mean, I got it. Why should I just wear it? So
Is it a pin or is it a hat pin?
no, it's a pin that you pin it on yourself, and I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna wear it tonight.
There you go. There you go.
Definitely.
So day two at the RNC, the Republican National Convention, kicked off. JD Vance is now the running mate of Donald John Trump, 47th president of the United States, hopefully.
Yeah.
Um, tell us, if you would, what was your experience last night when all those speakers jumped up there and started talking about stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was who so I was watching somebody's or listening to somebody's show, and they said they had all the I guess the African American or black representatives up there, mayor of this, mayor of that,
sure.
and uh, and so like when you're in the audience, you get to hear like you know, it was a long day. Believe me, people. I mean, we were there from we got in the bus around 11:15 or so. Then we got there, and then security was crazy. They took my toothpick, man. I have my favorite toothpick with me. Which I mean, I got a bunch of them, right? But I figured, oh, I just take one for the trip, not thinking that oh, they're going to confiscate my toothpick. I'm just talking like little silly things that happen, right?
That's crazy.
Because they got the guys at security that usually work at the airport,
Yeah,
and so you got to put your stuff in the box, and then you know you go through the screening, then you come back out after they wand you and check you out, all that kind of stuff. Then let's see, and then you go back and get your stuff. Man, and then I thought at the end of the night, I thought I think I left my. I wonder if I left my pass key to get back into my hotel. And I said, oh man, now I got to pay for the pass key. And but luckily, yeah, I got it back. But getting back to the thing, so it's not that interesting. The part about you know who do your delegates go, and everybody and then they voted on this how they changed the GOP philosophy and all that kind of stuff, and that was kind of and we only had like maybe a few people said no, we don't agree, but for the most part, everybody agreed with that. Then they got into like the delegates that we're going to give their delegates over, and I thought somebody was Nikki Haley, and no, nobody said that. But then again, last in 2016, Randy Corbin, who's now the head guy now,
hmm.
and he's a talk show host here in Denver. He was a part of the Tea Party, and they wanted I forgot who they wanted. They wanted not Rand Paul. What's the other guy's name from Texas? They wanted some Cruz. They wanted Cruz, right, over Trump, and so
Yes, yes, I remember.
they caused a little commotion. So, and oh, by the way, he was on KNUS 710 KNUS. If you want to hear a replay of that interview, you can go to their, I think it was the second hour or maybe even the third hour of the show, either 8 o'clock hour or the 7 o'clock hour, and hear that interview with Randy Corbin. And then when I went down for breakfast today, I'm sort of jumping around. I went down to breakfast today, and then there he is. Say, hey Johnny, it's Randy, and I'm thinking like, hey, I thought you were doing the interview. So he's staying at the same hotel I am. So anyway,
That's awesome.
let's go back to Monday. We're gonna oh, this is part two because I put in front of the thing D2. So I'm just gonna do D2, D3, and then with the rest of the titles so you guys know. And then I'm
So
gonna put
tell us a
down
little bit last
oh
night. Everything.
oh
Tell us a little bit last night.
okay.
Everything kicked off.
Yeah, let me
They
get
did the
past
roll.
the boring part.
They did the roll call of the states.
Yeah, we did all that.
Some of us, I mean, some of us kind of slept through a lot of that. In fact,
Yeah.
I
I
heard
was
a
trying to
lot of
stay awake.
I heard a lot of moans and groans in the crowd. Uh, as I was flipping through different videos of the coverage and
Hmm.
things. It was actually pretty cool though, because I did find that not every state, of course, had um, the same amount of delegates appointed.
Yeah.
Now,
Like
obviously, some of the bigger states like California, they had
about
over
160.
100, yeah,
Yeah,
160
160. Yeah.
delegates.
Hmm. And
Uh, whereas
Texas had
some
a
of
lot
these,
too.
whereas
And the
some of these only had like nine or four or
26.
yeah, things like this is really interesting. Something else that I found interesting was that they brought in the American Samoa folks,
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah.
the
Hawaiian.
Hawaiian stuff. That
Yeah.
was, well, Hawaii is a bona fide part of the United States.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh,
as far
okay.
as these others, like the territories, that was interesting to me because Puerto Rico, Guam, uh, the Virgin Islands, this kind of thing.
Hmm.
Very fascinating that these guys have delegates. So
Yeah.
not everybody knows that. So that was something cool that was obviously covered. What were some of the experiences that you had last night as they were going through that roll call?
Um, yeah, I was just looking, and then okay, they have a microphone right there, and
Yeah.
so when the people back in back of us, they it was Utah and whatever. When they said,
Mm.
they're telling, it was kind of weird because you got this like a kind of an echo,
Uh-huh.
and back as a person is talking, and then it's just flowing through that system to get to the stage. Because I was kind of thinking like, are they going up to the stage as individuals, or are they just is it just echoing, from or or as it was, and so then we had to everybody was promoting their state, and so we said,
Right.
man, we got to say something. So we couldn't say nothing about the Broncos because the Broncos are always losing. The Nuggets, I guess the Nuggets lost a few of their games, so Dave Williams, our fearless leader, he came up with some stuff, and man, it was I don't even remember what it said. I tried to videotape some of it, especially when they said, "Hey, Trump is here," and
Mm-hmm.
usually if my wife is there, she'll say, "Okay, point it this way, that way." But it's kind of hard to like interrupt them. Hey, I want to come in your moment. I know you're feeling something here, and I want to enter in your moment so you can help me guide this camera. So I,
That's right.
I, I try to get the best I can, and plus I don't have enough juice on this thing to because I would just plug in my phone and just show you some of the videos. So stay tuned. And probably when I get back to Denver, when I upload it to Denver, I have this other thing that I can connect videos together. So
Wow.
it's gonna be a longer video when I upload all this stuff to YouTube. And yeah, it's just be a longer video. And then let's see what else. Oh, and let me tell you, like the little it is cold as being in a refrigerator in there. So that tonight I'm going to be wearing. You see, I'm wearing short sleeves right now. I'm going to wear this hat to keep my head warm, and I'm going to go buy some merch, some Trump merch, with my credit card. Yeah, I'm going to charge it. And it's like, oh, by the way, we really need your financial help. Um, you could do Cash App, innervisionJ, or innervisionJJ for um, Reverb, not Reverb, Venmo. We really need your financial help. Like the page, share the page because you're trying to get out there even further. Uh, and I think I need to go check in with LinkedIn because they said if I don't check in, it's going to be disconnected. So I gotta go. They do that, I guess, once every 15 days or a month or whatever. So, because we have a lot of good fans over there at LinkedIn, but we really need your financial help. Um, we have a T-shirt store at Spring, Teespring, and dash either .com / Innervision FM or Tony N Tony with the I. So get our coffee mugs or hoodies or T-shirts, uh, or give us a special like one of those hearts, uh, and you can donate to that and then highlight your comments. So make comments and all that kind of stuff. Okay.
Why do people want to do this? Well, I'm going
Oh,
to tell you right now. Um, yeah, we do cover the political aspect of it from a Republican conservative standpoint of the blind community or low vision community. So, this is a unique take on, uh, as we live through history taking place, this is a unique take of the blind and low vision community. So, number one, that's one thing. If you enjoy this kind of content, we're going to need your help to stay on. So that does, it does facilitate some donations. Purchase the merchandise. The descriptions are in the box below on YouTube. Should show you. Um,
hmm.
I'm sorry, Johnny. Go ahead.
Yeah. That was a good. Just let you know, and we work with physically challenged musical artists, and we got an event coming up in August where we need to get some T-shirts for this event, the giveaway, and to sell to raise money and so forth. You can help out with that. Always with our rent, you can help out with that because our rent is crazy.
It's
Um,
astronomical here in Colorado. Well, Colorado is somewhat like California in our rental prices. I suspect it's similar throughout the whole nation. But anyway, I interrupted you. Go
oh
ahead.
no, that's good to put that in. Uh, and Oh man, we just have so many things that we could do as far as like helping promote our artists, but we need money to do that. And the stuff is not cheap. And plus all the stuff for what's that thing called? This streaming service that we're using now, we pay once a year, and that's coming in August. So all the stuff is coming in, and we definitely need your help with these bills. And we're 501(c)(3), and you'll get a letter for your taxes next year. So it's $5, $10, $20, $100, $500, $1,000. Every little bit helps. You can even donate through the app here on the when you see us on Facebook. I mean, not on Facebook, but YouTube. But for now, Cash App, that's $ IN as in Nancy, N as in Nancy, E as in Edward, R as in Romeo, V as in Victor, I as in India, S as in Syria, I as in India, O as in Oscar, N as in Nancy, J for Cash App, $InnervisionJ, or Venmo, innervisionJJ, two capital letters, JJ. All right.
I'm sure you'll put the description and the
Oh yeah.
donation links below
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
yeah. They're there as well. I
So,
almost
so,
forgot about
so
that.
definitely check those. If you got any trouble, hit us up at info@innervisionrecords.org. That's uh, that's a good way to email us. And if you got topics that you find that you would like to see covered, let us know as well.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
So we're on day two of the.
Yeah. But let
Um,
me finish up day one. I mean
all
that
right.
that okay. The band was a kicking. I mean that band was just kicking. That was the most awesome band. Man, I had a good time just listening to that band that was there. And um oh, and then let's see what else. And then Greenwood was there, and I said, yeah, they flew the brother in. He said instead of the recording, they had the brother there doing the song "Proud to Be American." I mean, that was man. So we're talking like as musicians and lovers of music.
Yeah.
We bring up this stuff. So I'm bringing like little nuances. Um, there was a time because I was there all that day, so I wasn't really hungry, but I said, well, and my friend, he's on a budget too, so he had some chips for lunch. But I wanted to get something a little bit more healthier.
Hmm.
So this guy, he went there, and I guess he had this pre-made sandwiches. I mean, pre-made burgers, hot dogs, and let's see. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I got this weird text from somebody who's trolling. Um, and so they had the salad, green salad with the croutons and chicken and cheese. And so I gave my cheese and chicken to this other guy, and I'm gonna get the same thing this time, but I'm gonna get two, and and so he has double the fun with this chicken and whatever. Um, but so that was interesting. And now it's you put it on a kiosk, and it's a lady, she's overseeing it, right? So you put it in a kiosk, it weighs it and whatever, and then it charges you, but it has to have somebody there watching over it and stuff like that. And it went pretty smooth, that part went pretty smooth. And then of course there's restaurants outside the place where you can go and things of that sort. So, but we decided to stay in. And the protesters, I was watching local TV that morning, and they said about 5,000 people that were raring to go to protest. Now they kept them far away from us, where I could hear them, you know, doing the chanting, but but they weren't that close. They had them well far apart from where we were.
Let's
Right.
expand on that a little bit. You say there were protesters there. What does that? What does that mean? What are they
Then
protesting?
you know what? At this point, I can't imagine. Or maybe it was a bunch of mixed with the pro. Let's destroy our preborn and born babies, or let's mutilate our children, or whatever else the Democrats stand for, death and destruction.
Interesting.
Um,
So they kept you away from the protesters anyway.
yeah, but we
So
could we could hear them a little bit, very faintly. And of course,
interesting.
I'm listening to like, yeah, so they were to the right of us, wherever maybe that was the street, but they didn't get anywhere in because the security was was like really amped up.
I would imagine security was pretty tight.
Yeah.
One thing that I found interesting was when Sean. Oh no, the uh, the name of the guy
Eluded your mind.
just eluded me. The guy from the Teamsters Union.
Oh yeah, yeah, man, that he did the longest speech, and I guess he was really kind of defined. This is what a union, our union is, and this is why you should support us as a union.
One thing that was brought up during his speech, was work. Obviously, him being a union guy. I'm not so much a union guy myself, but another thing that he did bring up was that he was standing for both the union worker and the non-union worker. So, that's individuals that obviously don't belong to a union, your basic blue collar worker, or even some white collar workers, obviously. But he brought up a really good point is that, a lot of people are against unions. Well, why is that? Um, Corporations have their own kind of union where they get together in these think tanks, focus groups,
Mm.
roundtable discussions. And what is a union other than a bunch of people? They get together and they group together and decide to do things as a collective. Well, he brought up a good point that the corporate side of things, businesses, that's what these roundtable discussions are, is pretty much corporate unions. And so if the businesses are taking care of themselves and their own, which they should, and the bottom line being their kind of God, as it were, um, we certainly, with our one true God, need to get in there. He didn't say this. This is kind of what I expounded on, or what I was thinking about as he was talking. But we can certainly use our God to guide um, our decisions, especially as we navigate into this. Man, it's going to be some crazy financial stuff here in the next few.
Yeah, and
What?
I like what he brought up when he says like when he said Amazon, Uber,
Mhm.
they don't give you any paid time off, and then Walmart too, and when they want you to rely on the government for your medical and for if you need any extra food, they want you to be able to go to a food bank rather than just paying you enough or providing that for you or putting you on full time so you know you could be on the company's insurance. So
I
they try
will tell you
to
this: as
zero.
a blind individual, as a low vision individual, or whatever politically correct term one wants to use, we live this every day. So when we are looking for jobs or we're trying to find something, anything, that's what we run into.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. So it was just good information that he was just bringing out there, and somehow he just reminded me of like Norton, the Honeymooners. It's sort of like his voice sort of like reminded me of like that Norton from the Honeymooners.
that's pretty
Oh,
funny. Yeah, that that accent of his. He definitely will get the job done. It is interesting to see that the unions are once again working with the Republican National Party. One thing that I found interesting was that they haven't been invited to an RNC convention for
100 years.
yeah,
Whoa.
100 and some odd years. That was crazy.
Yeah, because you
So
feel like this is the party of workers, and and the bootstraps and all that kind of stuff.
that's absolutely right. So I think for former president and future president Trump has done a really good thing by opening up uh, what dialogue with the unions. So what else did you want to cover?
Oh, and then let's see. I'm gonna think. Oh, and then okay, I'm gonna skip through a lot of stuff. And then the speeches were fantastic. I like the single mom that she was talking. The one that this one lady that had Spanish accent, who said that she said, you got to forgive me, but in 2020 I was foolish enough to vote for Biden, but I'm not gonna vote for him again. And say we say we crowd said we forgive you, we love you, and so that was kind of cool. I just think about ones that just stuck out in my mind. I like the single moms, because the Democrat candidate says, "Oh, we got the women want us." Well, if you want the women that want to destroy the babies inside the womb, have at it, and let's get rid of that generation as soon as possible. But so, but it was just cool that the women that they had over there, and then at the end when Trump was leaving, he was on our left. It was on my left hand side. I was gonna get my camera to work, and God, it's like because we have to hear it to get it, so I can click the right button. And
Right.
so I don't know if I got that or not. But our guy Dave William, I guess he was going to say, "Hey, Mr. Trump," but the Utah division was in back of him, and they almost tried to rush Trump and knock over Dave. And then that's when the the CIA or what it, jumped in
Secret Service.
and Secret Service they had to jump in and oh man, so that was almost like something crazy. Oh, so and
No,
it's
I
one that
also enjoyed the couple of women that were talking as well. There was a model up there, and of course she brought up that she was once a Biden supporter.
yeah
So, the idea being that unity is being pushed, I think, is the
yeah
big thing.
yeah. And her father talked to her and said, no, he isn't. It says do your own research, and she started doing it, and then she found out
Yeah,
that it was just propaganda.
yeah. We're going to
Yeah.
cover a lot of this, especially in the coming weeks. How to
Oh yeah.
spot kind of some propaganda, um, how to kind of resist that
Yeah.
kind of mental and emotional programming.
Now you said you were watching it through some streaming services. Is it on regular channels, or is this like the SBN or that kind of stuff? And then
So,
some YouTube channels.
so uh, there are conservative networks that are covering it live, as well as
Like
uh,
Salem News.
yeah, like
Copy.
Salem News Network. But
Fox News, are they showing it?
Fox has a live feed.
Oh, okay.
CNN has, so there's a bunch of live feeds. Um, and sometimes I'll go to the main live feed. Uh, I've got something on. Gosh, I almost want to say C-SPAN, but I don't think that's right. Um, but yeah, what I like to do is go through different types of the different feeds that are broadcasting at the same time, simulcasting, as it were. Uh, See if I can get different audio from different parts of the crowd. And but one thing that I did notice is it's a lot different there than some of the other conventions that, let's say that I've been to in the past. There's a there's an actual vibe of unity when you get a bunch of folks, uh, especially MAGA folks, together. Um, did you feel any of that last night? Some of the, kind of bring everybody together kind of thing? Did you get to experience some of that vibe?
So who's Wiz Khalifa? I think that was one of the girls that was up there talking. Wiz Khalifa. Anyway, I'm listening. I'm also listening to get a chance to listen to Dwayne uh, uh, the podcast.
Wayne Dupree?
Wayne Dupree, yeah. Get a chance to listen to Dupree, and so they're giving us the visual, and they got actual video clips because they got a more powerful system than I do right now here at the
Yeah,
convention.
Wayne Dupree, Benny Johnson, they're going to show you some really good video clips. You're going to find some really good interviews there.
Oh yeah, but
But
we're giving it to you from the blind perspective. So if you were in a dark room and just hearing these voices, this is how you would see a lot of the stuff. And of course, it's been raining every time we leave the place. It's raining. It's
yeah,
like it's like it's hot all day, and then it rains at night, which is, I guess, it's it lets up on you and so forth. But the hotel, this Hamada Inn, this Hampton Inns, fantastic place. Um, it's I can't complain. And well, anyway, so we're gonna, I guess, gonna cut it off for today, and then we'll see you tomorrow, God willing, and give you some more insight on what's happening. I haven't decided if I'm going to go at 1 or if I'm going to go at 3 o'clock. Uh, but one of those times, and we shall see what happens after that.
Yeah, see if you can get some of the big names, talk to some of them,
Yes.
get a chance to interview them, let them interview you, tell them your story.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
folks,
Yes.
if you're watching us, don't forget we're going to be looking for your assistance. Johnny is putting together a movie called Even Me that he made back in '91. Was it?
Yeah. Yeah. 91,
So
1991.
you so it looks like he's rewriting that, rescripting that, getting ready to recast. But if you want to check out the original version, that's up on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Um, going to kind of remake that, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
stay tuned.
Yes. And so anyway, and some of the songs you look for Johnny AI Crew, spelled with a K. Look for that. Some of those songs and like and share those as well. And hey, we'll just go from there. We'll go from there. I appreciate you, Alan. See, just being there and we'll try to get Hey Joe on again too, because this is pretty early in the morning for him.
Oh yeah, it'd be like 3 o'clock in the morning for him, or what?
Yeah.
What would it be? It'd be fairly late in his neck of the woods at that time. Yeah, we'll
All
see
right.
if we can get Hey Joe back on.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. Oh, so we'll see you guys later on. Have a fantastic day.
God bless.